You're watching the Stanley Cup playoffs on ESPN, presented by Geico. Tonight from Las Vegas, inside Ti-Mobile Arena, the Vegas Golden Knights are looking to sweep the Western Conference Final in Game 4 against the Colorado Avalanche. In the neutral zone by Theodore, brought back in by Landeskog. Some room for Makar, and that one's snared by Carter Hart. He couldn't corral the pass on the first try. Theodore to McNabb. Another lob ahead. Stone's behind the defense. He's in alone. Mark Stone scores! And Vegas leads 1-0.
This long lead pass, it's like a quarterback throwing to a receiver. This thing was perfect. Stone didn't have to slow down. He caught it, laid it down, and tucks it around the left leg of Mackenzie Blackwood.
It floats to Kadri. He centers. Bouncing puck. Went past Nelson and Natchez. Here's Eichel trying to go through Taves. Eichel, a nifty move. Centers one. And Dorofeev couldn't get a shot off. It was the second goal for Vegas in Game 3. Hanifin put it on net. A takeaway by Howden and alone. And a good stick by Blackwood. After 38, a career high in the regular season. And the pass back to the line sends Manson into the neutral zone after it. Nice feed. Here's Brock Nelson. And a glove save by Hart.
And it's Nelson. Nelson takes it off his skate. And between Anderson and Hanifin, Hart turns that one aside here in Game 4.
Now here's McKinnon with McNabb back. Dropped off from Makar through his screen. Puck free on the rebound. Couple of shoves from Smith. And it comes free to Cole Smith. Working on Taves. Forehand stopped by Mackenzie Blackwood. Swept by Barbashev. And then a big center ice hit by Burns to stop Dorofeev. It comes to Barbashev. He has Carlson racing for the net. A one-handed stab at it.
Barbashev's just going to fling this to the net. One-hand swat. And Mackenzie Blackwood follows this all the way to his body.
Burns sidesteps the forechecking of Howden. That one hit Howden and stung him a bit. Turned over to Marner and a big stop made by Blackwood.
Wow, he got blown up after that shot.
And it's going against Vegas, and Colorado's going to get its first power play.
2 minutes for hooking.
And that's
who's been the most penalized VGK player in the playoffs. 22 minutes now, that's not a lot. They stay out of the box. Natchez. Burns touched it off for Nelson, a drive and a stop by Hart. Trying to sweep Colorado out of the playoffs. Nelson on the move, nice moves, right out in front and stopped again. Another point-blank opportunity for Nelson, which he created himself, he just couldn't finish. Here he is again out in front for Waugh. Hurdle dropped it back, Eichel sends it toward the net, intercepted by Burns. And now taken away. Here's Stone, down low, backhanded, a beautiful stop. 12 seasons with them before he came to Colorado last year. Here's Sissons down low. Didn't look like he ever really had great control of the puck. Kadri trying to sidestep a check. He could not from Korzak. Here's Dowd, stopped. They made it in their first year in existence under Gerard Gallant, then won the Stanley Cup in year 6 under Bruce Cassidy. That's deflected out of the rink with 8:36 to go.
Steals the puck. There's the hurdle chance that he felt was a penalty. Brent Burns' stick breaks in half. Wow, did Colorado get away with one there? And then 2 breakaways shortly thereafter.
Kulak up to the line for Lehkonen, taken along by McKinnon, tried to shift to the middle. Coghlan was there again. He remains rock solid on defense for Vegas. Dylan Coghlan, the 28-year-old who had played in 10 regular season games the last 3 years.
McKinnon's furious. He thinks there's a penalty right there as he cuts to the middle. Landeskog, there's no penalty there. It's the second one.
Here's a penalty. And it's Kelly Sutherland with the call, demonstrative as usual. 42nd period, 1-0 Vegas. They're on the power play for another minute 20. Hurdle, threaded it through, Marner down low, and a chance for Dorofeev that wound up behind the net. Under 5 minutes to go, second period, and down to a half minute on the Vegas power play. Eichel in the slot, Eichel, stop, rebound, Hurdle, back for Marner, walking in, still walks in and sent it wide. Final seconds of this power play, it has 15 seconds. Dorofeev robbed by Blackwood.
Vegas Golden Knights put on an incredible press. What a great stop on Dorofeev by Blackwood. He gets across, blocker stretched 6'4" as far as he can go, but he's not done. Dorofeev has got another chance, and Blackwood goes the other way, this time right to left. Colorado is screaming for a too many men on the ice penalty.
McKinnon, the takeaway. Malinsky, wrist one. And that's out of the rink. Taves for Natchez. The drop off for McKinnon, 15 in the period. It's a floating puck out in front. It comes to Makar. That hit traffic in front. Makar wanted it back. Natchez fed McKinnon instead. He tried to center. That hit one of the Golden Knights. Went back to the Colorado zone, and that's the end of period 2. Ian Jack Eichel trying to continue what's already been a terrific run, a gold medal for Team USA in February. Here's a nifty move, and the stop by Makar, stopped by Hart. McNabb the pinch in. Lehkonen trying to work it out. Howden couldn't slide it in deeper. Carlson walks right into the circle. Beautiful pad stop, and another by Blackwood on the follow-up by Carlson. Hurdle in on the forecheck, took it away from Malinsky. Hurdle throws it toward the net. Stone now after the save by Blackwood. Centers for Hurdle, and a good block by Malinsky. Sissons behind the net with Hurdle and Stone. Hanifin put it right into the chest.
The stick by Hanifin right here catches him in the hands. Oh, Hart got lucky. That hit him right on the toe. Blackwood's got to go chase that rebound down. Top of the pad with the first one. You see his head.
Teammates earlier this year in Calgary. It comes to Kadri. And now Burns. Burns is on with Makar. That's off Hart to the back wall. Hart flopping around a bit at the post. Line change being completed. Gord Dwyer in the way. Here's Dowd. Body slam. Manson and Kolesar. Coughlin down low. They score! Tipped in by Cole Smith. 2-0 Vegas.
Cole Smith has ever scored. Dylan Coughlin threads this through. Smith has gotten to the front of the net in front of Nick Waugh. His deflection goes through the legs of Mackenzie Blackwood. Blackwood's playing that puck to go to his left. There's the deflection through the wickets. All coming up aces for Vegas.
Bouncing puck went past Natchez. Kadri got it back to the point. Shot right on by Malinsky. Kolesar and Smith. And it was the physicality of Kolesar and Smith that led to that goal. Here's Malinsky. Off the shoulder of Hart and into the corner. McKinnon for Makar. Blackwood's heading to the net, to the bench, out of the net. Makar trying to force it to the net front. At the line, Kadri for Natchez. Desperation time. They score.
Natchez's wrister is tipped. It bounces once and up over the shoulder of Carter Hart. Look at Landeskog into the middle of the ice. We talked at the start of the period until Colorado gets into the middle, the guts of the ice.
On with Natchez. Landeskog's just come back on. Here's a centering pass. Natchez missed the net. Natchez off for McKinnon. 40 seconds to go. Vegas leading 2-1. A win, and they're on to the Stanley Cup final. Howden, the net is empty. Marner content to kill the time rather than risk another icing call. 10 seconds to go. Landeskog stopped by Stone. Eichel sends it in. 3 seconds to go.
days.
Nick Waugh, the former Golden Knight. Mitch Marner in his first year, an enormous difference maker, leading the playoffs in points. 67-year-old John Tortorella, coaching lifer, wasn't sure if he'd ever get another chance. Was at home taking care of his grandchildren when he got a call from Vegas to come replace a terrific coach in Bruce Cassidy. They're 19-4-1 since, largely because of that man, Carter Hart. Appreciative of the great performance by Blackwood tonight.
Ты заходи, если что.